Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost?
While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you. Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit sceducationlottery.com.
So over the weekend, I went and I emceed this event. Remember I was telling you? It was in Mexico. It was in Cabo. And it was a biohacking event, right? Which is all people that try to do stuff to make you live longer and healthier, all kinds of stuff. Like there was doctors and people that spoke on stage, and I had to host it, and it was very stressful. And I would say I was below mid as far as my performance goes.
Really? Below mid. I'm sure you were amazing.
No. But I got to tell you, there was a guy there, and I'm going to have him, I'm going to do a podcast with him, but he drinks his own urine. He's a doctor, and he drinks his own urine.
Ew. What?
Yeah, there's so much more that I have to get into with that.
I mean, there's a headline right there that I think is bizarre.
That can't be good for you.
He travels with his own toilet paper. Like, he doesn't use the hotel toilet paper and stuff like that.
I wonder why not.
He's got a whole thing on the chemicals in the toilet paper. But there was a point there where, so Gary Brecka is this biohacker guy. He's pretty well known now. He's the guy that helped Dana White get in shape. He's helped Jelly Roll lose 120 pounds. He's helping all kinds of people, right? He was supposed to be there, but he got offered a lot of money to do something in Dubai. So he was in Dubai. So they brought him in on FaceTime, kind of, whatever you call it, satellite, whatever. But he was live, so him and I were talking back and forth. And him and I have texted before, right? And he kind of ghosted me, like 3 texts. It's almost like I need to do a second date update with Gary Brecka because he did 3 text messages where I gave him and he ghosted me. So I'm talking to him live on this thing. And I texted him during his speech. He had an hour speech. And I texted him, I said, hey, because I had said something during the interview that went really well that he liked, right? It was about the pans that he uses. And I texted him, hey, this is the MC from this event in Cabo. I said, I really want to have you on a radio show. And I was waiting to hit send to him, right? And I thought, when's the right time to hit send? Because he's live talking on this thing. And he holds up his phone to the monitor. And there's big screens all over this whole hotel complex. He holds up the phone. And I thought, I'm going to do it now. Right? So then you'll see the drop down.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh my God, what if the drop down is like annoying radio guy?
Right?
Right?
So we all have someone like that in our phone.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, because he's ignored me 3 times. So then I was like, I couldn't do it. So after he was done speaking, I sent the text. And then I kept the audience engaged saying, hey, by the way, I sent him a text. He hasn't responded yet. I'll keep you posted over the weekend. So when there was a break at lunch, this guy comes up to me and goes, I know Gary. And he goes, I've had several sessions with him. He's a friend of mine. Because there was a lot of doctors and people there. And he goes, I called Gary and told him to return your text. I go, you did? And I look at my phone, and he returned my text.
Hey. Oh, right on.
Right. Then later the next day, they brought up Mark Wahlberg and cold plunges and stuff like that. And the guy comes up to me and goes, yeah. He goes, we were talking about cold plunge. He goes, Mark Wahlberg is a friend of mine. I called Mark, and he's going to come here and do stem cells now. And I was like, what? It was just so weird. This guy knew everybody.
Called Mark Wahlberg.
He did. He called Mark Wahlberg.
Like, what a flex. Okay.
I know. Such a flex, man.
That's pretty cool. Well, how was your experience? First of all, I love Gary Brecka's stuff. He's very smart.
Right.
He will tell you how to live a little bit longer, and it doesn't cost any money.
I know.
Just get out there.
What did he text you back?
He said, yeah, he wants to come on the show. He texted, it was just the whole thing. Yeah, of course, I'm going to come on your show when I'm in Phoenix. I'll be whatever. We'll connect.
If you hear that guy talk, he will change your life. You will get rid of all the seed oil in your house, and you will never drink tap water again.
Yeah. The one thing I learned is got to stop drinking out of plastic.
Oh, the microplastic?
There's like all this plastic in our brains now.
Yeah,
and all
that's
this
a
stuff.
thing. That's a new thing, I think.
I got to get to this. You only drink out of glass bottles or the stuff like what Kyle has. What's that?
A Stanley?
Yeah, because it's like metal inside,
But
isn't
they
it?
say like the stainless steel, though, can get a little tricky with the lead. You got to be careful
That didn't come up at this seminar, but anyway.
You know what? And then we're going to find something wrong with glass.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
Taking a risk no matter what you do.
100%,
Yeah.
It was interesting. My son Dutch was there because he got stem cells too because he tore his ACL, didn't want to have surgery. And one of the things they said is that you need to eat. They said, Dutch, you need to eat a lot. So we went to dinner one night, right? Ate a bunch of food at dinner. Get to the room. I try to go to sleep. And there's a big pound on the door. What the hell is that? And this like they brought in to our room. Dutch had ordered like all you can eat spaghetti in room service. In room
What a
service.
life that kid
I just kept
lives.
bringing it. And I was like, "What the hell?" He goes, "Well, you told me to eat." I'm like, "We just ate."
That's so funny. So how does what is Dutch like when he's in Cabo? He's 18, which it's the legal drinking age in Mexico. Is he able to like go and hang out? Does he just leave like he leaves you here?
When you have stem cells, they tell you to stay out of the sun for a while because then if you get sunburned, the stem cells go repair the sunburn, and that's not what you want. So he's just stayed in bed and watched TV.
Oh, really?
That's what he did for the 3 days.
That sounds kind of amazing.
That's some self-control because if I was 18 in Cabo, I would be running wild.
Well, it's funny.
the
A
resort.
bunch of his friends are going there for spring break, and he wants to go, and his mom won't let him go.
Why?
She doesn't think it's safe.
Oh.
Or something like that.
I get it.
I don't know. Speaking of healthy, Kyle, what's going on in your household?
Oh, not healthy. The opposite of healthy things happening. I know last week, my kids, both of them were just sick all week long. And it got to the point where it's like, okay, it's time to take them in. Let's see what's going on. Because I got an email from their school that basically said, your kids have been exposed to whooping cough. And I'm like, oh, great.
The whooping cough sounds like that's
Super.
like from the 50s.
Doesn't
Totally.
it? That's
It
the
totally
first thing I
is.
thought
Doesn't
of.
sound like something that would be going around.
I know. And apparently it's a thing at my kid's school. So I decided to take them in. And the doctor was like, okay, for Addie, I'm not going to say she has asthma yet, but we're kind of going there. Gave her a breathing treatment. For Easton, we're going to need to give him a chest x-ray. And I was like, that sounds serious. Okay. So we went in the next morning, got him a chest x-ray. And it was kind of funny because when they called us back, they called my name. And I thought that was just because I'm the mom, right? Well, the doctor's office had said, hey, if you do the chest x-ray in the morning, you should hear from us by the early afternoon. And if it gets like around 3 o'clock and you haven't heard from us, give us a call. Hadn't heard from them. So I gave them a call and they're like, we just haven't gotten it. Like they didn't send it or whatever. And I was like, ding. I go, actually check under my name because they kept saying my name. And I kept going, hey, just to be clear, it's my son, Easton, that's getting the chest x-ray. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, sure enough, they put the chest x-ray under my name.
Oh my gosh.
So
Totally different chest.
Somewhere in medical records, I'm going to show up as a 7-year-old boy. That's my chest x-ray. But it was a good thing that we ended up getting it because Easton has pneumonia.
Oh, no.
I know.
Is that
I
is that what's
know.
going around? All that? That's what's going on.
There's
The
so many
pneumonia,
things
bronchitis.
going on right now. And that's what the doctor is saying. He's like, there's so many things going around right now that it's like, I'm glad we even got an answer. So now we know how to treat it. But it was so sad because like seeing your kid sick is just the most heartbreaking thing. He had a fever and he was like, he's coughing and the coughing sounds terrible from it. And he looked at me and I was like holding him because I was giving him medicine. And he's like, I don't like pneumonia. I don't either, buddy. So the good news is like we did get an answer and there is a treatment for it. And he started taking medicine and he just started like kind of turning the corner yesterday.
Good.
So I'm so grateful for that. But it's just like, yeah, man, there's a lot going on out there. You just got to stay healthy, go get your drips, take your vitamins, do all the
Right.
things.
I'm
For
glad
sure.
you took him in.
All right, so Super Bowl is Sunday. It's the Chiefs against the Eagles. So I have put together some special trivia. And today's Monday. It's Monday. And I got a game for you. All right, so in honor of Kansas City Chiefs making the Super Bowl, this is a game about famous chiefs of companies. Okay?
I got you.
I'm going to name the company. You tell me the famous chief. Peyton. Kylie Cosmetics.
Oh, Kylie Jenner.
Yes. Kyle. Amazon.
Jeff Bezos.
Yes. Rich. Tesla.
Elon Musk.
Yes. Peyton. Harpo Productions.
Harper
Harpo.
Langfield.
Harpo Productions.
Who's
Harpo.
Harpo? Harpo?
Kyle, who is it?
Oprah.
Harpo?
Yeah.
Is that backwards Oprah?
Yes.
Yep.
I've never heard of
It's also the
Harpo.
character she played in The Color Purple.
Oh, I've never heard of that. Mm-hmm. I've heard of The Color Purple, but not. I've heard this.
Kyle. These are famous chiefs. SpaceX.
Elon Musk.
Yes. Rich. Meta.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes. Peyton. X, formerly Twitter.
Elon Musk.
Yes. Kyle. Microsoft founder.
Bill Gates.
Yes. Peyton. Department of Government Efficiency.
Department of Government Efficiency. Mark Zuckerberg.
No. Rich.
Elon Musk.
Yes.
Lots of Elon.
Let me give you this one, Peyton. Yeezy.
Oh, Kanye.
Yes. Kyle. Goop.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes. Peyton. Skims.
Kim Kardashian.
Yes. Rich. The Dallas Mavericks.
Mark Cuban.
Yes. Peyton. Aviation gin.
Jay-Z.
No. Kyle.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yes. Rich. Bad Boy Entertainment.
P. Diddy.
Yes. Peyton. Mint Mobile.
Mint Mobile. Selena Gomez.
No. Kyle.
Also Ryan Reynolds.
Rich. Sean John.
P. Diddy.
Yes. Peyton. 1Password.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Educated guess right there.
I didn't know that one, so I'm glad you got that.
Rich. Combs Spirits.
Also P. Diddy.
Yes. This is a hard one, and I didn't know, so I'll be very impressed if anyone knows this. Virginia Black Whiskey.
Who's from Virginia?
Your black whiskey.
It's not where they're from. They're far from Virginia.
Cardi B.
Nope.
Post Malone.
Was not at the Grammys last night.
Ariana Grande.
No.
George Clooney.
Was in Australia singing karaoke last night.
Oh, Drake.
Oh, Drake?
Drake.
Drake.
That's my fun little game.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
There's an efficient way to get caught up on a lot of news. It's called The 7 from The Washington Post. It's a newsletter and podcast. Whether you're reading or hit play, you get 7 stories you need to know, and you can consume it all in just a few minutes. The 7 is out every weekday morning by 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'm one of the writers, and I host the show. Find The 7 podcast wherever you're listening. The newsletter link is waiting for you in the show notes.
One lottery ticket makes a big difference for our state students. And when I say big, I mean bigger than jackpot big. Since 2002, South Carolina students have benefited from more than $6 billion in lottery-funded scholarships and grants, including the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. With every lottery play, you're supporting our students, and that adds up in a big way. That's why education is our middle name. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.